So this is actually insane. I posted a video yesterday talking about how like nobody wants to commit in my city to a relationship. Suddenly everyone in the comments is sounding off that all the cities are like this. I'm sorry, what the hell do you mean? Like you're telling us nobody's safe. It's actually insane to me that there is a pandemic of men who do not want to commit, and it's like almost women are the ones chasing down commitment, chasing down a ring. I'm sorry, what happened to family values? Why are men struggling so much these days? I just want to understand what went wrong and why relationships aren't like the driving factor of life. Like you're getting successful, you're making more money, but what is it all for? Like why be successful? Why have all of this if you're not like aiming for something bigger and like trying to expand your lineage and find companionship? Like I'm so confused why we're not on the same page with men. My friends and I make literal jokes all the time that we need to move to a different country, maybe to the States, to find our husband, but the comments are giving no. Seems like nowhere is freaking safe. I don't know, something's gotta change because it seems like both sides are unhappy and we're not finding solutions because what the hell is going on?
You all chose the bear. We got the message. You should demand commitment from the bears. Men are no longer willing to commit to anything that doesn't have any benefit to them. Simple as that.
Why am I still meeting men in their 30s, pushing 40, and they're like, I'm not ready to have a girlfriend yet. I'm not ready for a surgery. What are you waiting for? Your girlfriend to be born?
They are waiting for a woman who doesn't yell, if that makes sense. These women are getting desperate. Keep your peace. When women are desperate, they start throwing shameful words at you because they know they don't have a lot of options anymore. Guys, don't let these women settle for you.
No offense to men, but it gets to a point where it's like, baby, you are too fine to be afraid to talk to women. I'm laughing because it's actually like funny, but it's not funny. Like I recognize that it's probably really difficult for some men to talk to girls because like, I don't know, women are scary because we're so hot. But like you actually are hot too. And if you're hot, why are you afraid to talk to women? Do you think a girl's gonna come up to you first and be like, you're so hot? And sometimes that happens. Like some of us are bold in that way and we're okay with approaching a man, but some of us want to be approached and you're fine as freak and you're afraid to approach her. Like, what do you think's gonna happen, baby? You're gonna end up missing out on a bad bitch because you want to be scary. Mind you, you're fine as fuck. Like, pick it up. Pick up your whole feelings. Like, get it together. I don't know. Men be weird. Like, you actually are too fine to be scared of women. Like, I don't know. No excuses. You have no excuse.
We are not afraid of women. It's just not worth it to approach women these days. You approach her. Let's say she doesn't call you a creep. She gives you her number, and suddenly her rent is due, or her cat just died, or she's sick, or she lost her job. It's literally like approaching a bill when you approach a woman in 2025. And what if she doesn't find you attractive? Creep alert. No thank you.
A man can commit to liking a sports team for his whole life, the same sport team his entire life. He's not afraid of commitment, okay? He just doesn't want to commit to you.
Well, our sports team doesn't try to gaslight or manipulate us. Our sports team doesn't argue with us for no reason, and we actually know what's wrong with them. We never have to ask 50 questions only for them to say they're fine when they aren't. They know we aren't mind readers.
I don't know if this is weird, but pretty much every single boyfriend I've ever had, I have acquired myself. Like I feel like I've always been the pursuer in a sense, but not in like this, I'm not courting them in this weird masculine way, but like I'm always a person to like initiate contact, and then I'm usually the person, no, literally, actually I'm always the person to be like, I like you. I'll just say that whenever I feel like saying that. And yeah, I'm always the one I'm like, let's make out or something. I'll always say that first. That's all me, to be honest. I pull a lot of weight in terms of just making something happen, because I feel like most dudes won't make a move unless they're 100% sure there's no risk attached to it. They're very risk averse and they're very shy and weird. So it's just easier if you already know, like you kind of know when someone's into you, you can just like make it happen. You know, easy peasy lemon squeezy. So I don't know, if you're in like a dude slump and you're having a hard time getting a boyfriend, maybe try that out. It's also not just because I'm a pretty girl, which I'm not even saying I'm pretty, but someone's going to say that it's easy for me because blah, blah. My very first boyfriend in high school, when I got him, I was actually deformed because my eyeball was like falling out of my socket because of a medical issue. So I actually looked really bad. I looked awful, and he was pretty cute. And that's how I got my first boyfriend. So never say never.
Men have been consistently told for years to stay away, and that cold approaching is weird. This is understandable, but if women don't want to be approached, then women need to start being the ones to approach. It doesn't work both ways.
Okay, so you cheated because you were bored. He didn't have time for romance. Really? So let's get this straight. He worked 6 days a week, 12 to 16 hours a day, in the house of the Lord every Sunday with you and the 4 kids that you all have together. Attended football practices after work and made sure a baby girl got to ballet. No bills behind, always treating you with love and respect. He's good to your parents and his, and when it comes to decisions for your household, he always consults you. He supports you in your goals and dreams, makes sure you know how beautiful you are, and the list goes on, but I'll stop there. Because even after all that, you were bored enough to cheat. It's situations just like this one that has a lot of these good men not wanting a relationship. Be well.
Oh, she finally understands why men are refusing to commit. You give a woman 80%, but she's willing to risk it all for the 20% you can't give her. When she loses the 80% and sees that the 20% isn't worth it, she becomes a podcast host and starts a man-hating campaign. Same script every time.
Yo, you know what I noticed? Men in this generation don't want girlfriends and wives. They want baby mamas and situationships. Like, they don't want real commitment anymore. They don't want to connect with a woman on a deeper, more emotional level. No, they just want somebody they can do it with without the commitment. They want access to you and your body without the commitments. That way, when they messing with other girls, they could turn around and say, oh, but we not married. We not in a relationship. Why you tripping? And then it doesn't make sense to me because men would say marriage is too much of a commitment, but having a baby's not. Getting 3 different women pregnant is not.
You women gave men that access. Also, when we get committed to you guys, we get dragged to court for child support and paying alimony after we both decide to go our separate ways.
Guys not making a move anymore is so frustrating because the amount of times that I've heard so and so has liked you before, like at this time. I didn't know if you felt the same way, so he never said anything to you. I've been getting that a lot recently, and I can't stop thinking, what if, bro? So guys, can you make a move again? Can we stop being afraid and just make a gesture? I'm never gonna make a move.
It's not fear, it's self-preservation. We don't want to be labeled a creep for showing basic interest just because you don't find us attractive.
Question for the men that say they never want to get married, which I totally get your reasoning. You don't want to get divorced and give up half your shit that you've worked your whole life for. Check, check. Got it. So my question is, for those men, do you live in a state that after 7 years of being in a relationship with someone, dating them, living together, you are married by law anyways? And then a 2-part to that is, what about when you don't want to move into your girl's place, so you're like, hey, move into my place, right? So maybe she's renting her house out now and she has to move all of her stuff out, but you don't need it at your house because your house is already fully furnished. What is she supposed to do with her stuff? Because in your mind, if you get divorced, or I guess if you never get married, you guys break up, she would then have to then go rebuild, go rebuy all of the furniture. And as you know, it's always going to be more expensive to go rebuy the furniture you already had, that you had to go sell for pennies to the dollar. So what is your thought there? Do you get like a backup plan is, if we break up, then you have to help fund my furniture purchases because I had to get rid of everything when I moved into your place? Like, what is your guys' thought on this? I'm curious. Let me know in the comments. Let's have a convo.
So for all these reasons, just don't get married. I know someone who was married for 22 years. He lost his house, paid child support every month, and paid over $100,000 in alimony because she lied about her income. Just live peacefully without the headache. The juice is not worth the squeeze.
So I saw this trend on TikTok, and it was this girl saying, why don't men want to get married? Men would stitch it. And all the reasons they gave were hunky-dory. All of them. But here's one thing, okay? If there's one thing I've learned in business, which you should treat your marriage like a business, aka get a prenuptial agreement, that's the least you could do, but never sign a contract with somebody who benefits from breaking that contract. If men had or if there were laws in place that insured men financially, anything, like after the divorce, kind of like how women are insured, things would be a lot different. Thank you.
Never sign a contract with someone who benefits from breaking the contract. The best summary ever. That's all for today. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons. Also, click on the notification bell to know when I drop a new video. Bye.